back to my channel. I got my hair done. I don't know if you can really tell. I didn't get that much cut off. It's parted differently. It's parted down the middle, which I don't normally do, but I just got it done this morning, and so she put a little wave in, and I got balayage, which, I mean, it's kind of fancier than my mind can process, but it was a very dark, I'm not going to say it was a low light because it's not darker than my regular color. Basically, I told her I wanted a little bit of dimension put in, but I did not want to go any lighter. I really do like the darkness of my hair, so I didn't want like blonde streaks. So she just put like some caramel highlights in it, and it just gives a little bit of dimension, and then she cut a couple inches off. I think my hair looks best when it just sits on my shoulder like this. I think that's the perfect length, and so I'm really happy with it. I go to, if you're in the Nashville area, I go to Studio Gavin in Cool Springs, and her name is Sarah Cruz, and she's amazing. So just a little side note on that because it is a little bit different than it has been in the past videos. So today we are going to be talking about my favorite Skinmedica products. Long story short, or long story long, as I tend to make them, I bought the whole Osmosis line probably 5 months ago, and I used it for about 3 months. And it just really did a number on my skin. Just didn't like my skin at all. And I told myself that I really need to stick with what works for me in some areas of my beauty life. Now, makeup is a little bit different, although sometimes I wonder, why do I keep trying to find stuff? I have my favorites in each thing, and I think it's because I always want to try new things. That's understandable to somebody who adores beauty as much as I do, all beauty products, and that includes skincare. But what I've decided is that I'm almost 37 years old. I really just need to stick with what works with me, and so works for me. So once, you know, the Osmosis kind of did a number on my skin, I was like, how am I going to get this? How am I going to fix this? And I told myself the only products that have ever given me 150% positive results on my skin is Skinmedica. I said, I just need to go back to Skinmedica and see what happens. I went back to Skinmedica, and my skin looks better now than it has in a really long time. A really long time. I adore the way my skin looks. I feel like it looks plump and hydrated, and my bumps are gone, and my redness is a little bit calmed down. My fine lines are a little plumpier. That's the only part I want plump on me. It's my face. I'm all right with a plump face. What else is happening? It just looks better. I don't feel like I look like I have 37-year-old skin, and that's my goal, is to age in numbers, but not age in visibility, if that makes sense. I'm not scared to get old. I just don't want to necessarily look my age. So I have a lot of people have asked me just in my personal life lately what skincare I use. I have clients ask me that almost every single time. I have one sit in my chair. I had one yesterday, and they were asking me what skincare I used. And I told them, and I always say Skinmedica. So I thought, I'm going to get up here. This is a long intro. Sorry. I said, I'm going to get up here and do a video on my favorite Skinmedica products. Some people are going to say, well, is it really worth spending all this extra money? Because it can get expensive on medical grade versus stuff that I can get at Sephora or Ulta. I personally think it is worth it because it's what's shown me the most results. If you find that you get great results with stuff that you can get at Sephora or Ulta, by all means, I'm not going to tell you have to have medical grade skincare for your skin to look good. I'm telling you what works for me, and apparently medical grade can sink further down into your skin than anything you can buy over the counter or at retail outlets like Sephora, like Ulta, like Dillard's, or any kind of counter. And I will say what I tell all of my clients who ask me about skincare: your makeup can only look as good as your skin. And I can only work with what your skin allows me to work with. And if you don't take care of your skin to the best of your financial and physical ability, your makeup's not going to look as good as it can. So that's what I feel like. If you are really only have a certain amount of budget for beauty, and you can only spend a little bit on either makeup or a little bit on skincare and a lot on one or the other, please spend the most of your money on skincare. It is imperative. You can get drugstore makeup that still looks great. You need good skincare for any kind of makeup to look great. So I have 4 products here that I'm going to talk about, so hopefully it won't be as long as this intro is. And then I have one that I don't have, but it is no less a favorite. So I'm going to insert a picture of that and talk about it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say one more thing and then I'm going to get into the actual products. When I talk about the products, I'm going to list their name and their retail price. Now the price I'm listing is the retail price on premierlook.com. That's where I get, actually I get all my Skinmedica through my esthetician, but I get a lot of my other skincare. I'm using the IS Clinical Youth Serum. I got that from Premier Look. I trust premierlook.com with my skincare needs. So that's the information I'm going to put down. I'm going to put all my links to the Skinmedica products. I'm going to put to premierlook.com. And I know I don't have an affiliate link, but I know that some people do have coupon codes, and I don't even know if they're affiliate coupon codes, but if you kind of search around some of your other favorite YouTubers, you might find a coupon code that you can use. Anywho, anyhow, I'm going to actually start talking about my favorite Skinmedica products. All right, so 2 of the products that I have, I use in the morning. 2 of them I use at night. So I'm going to kind of go in order of the way I would use them, except for the one that I don't have right now. This is the one that I would use first. So after I get up in the morning and I either wash my face or I don't, and then I tone, I will go in with this first product I'm going to talk about. It is the Skinmedica, obviously, Glypro Serum. So I'm going to put on either side of me a picture of this product. Basically, this is an antioxidant glycolic compound serum. It's an acid. I love acids. I thrive on acids. I use an acid in some form or fashion every single day of my life. Now, I would use the Glypro Serum on the days that I use my retinol. So I use my retinol at night. I would use the glycolic in the morning. On the days that I don't use my retinol, I will use an acid at night. So I will get up, I'll tone, I'll use the Glypro if I had it. The reason I'm not using it now is because I have a lot of glycolic peel pads that I need to get through first, and there's just no sense in me doing both. But if I did, I would put the serum on. It helps, just like any other acid, it helps give a luminosity to your face. It helps with texture on the skin. It helps slough off dead skin cells that you may not even know you have. And it helps everything you put on top of it sink through better because you are getting rid of those dead skin cells. So that's the first thing that I would do. I love this serum. I think that I feel like it's appropriate for people who even might have a little bit of a sensitivity to glycolic acid. Now, I'm not a doctor and I'm not an esthetician, so you're just gonna have to take this with a grain of salt. This is just my personal, humble opinion. I just don't feel like it doesn't sting my face. I don't feel like it's hurtful, and I think that if you had sensitive skin, you could use it. Definitely something you're gonna wanna look into if you do, because I really think that you're gonna see a major difference in your skin. So then after I use the Glypro Serum or whatever glycolic acid I'm using that morning, I will go in with a vitamin C. Now not the last morning routine, but a couple of morning routines ago, someone came in and said, you can't use vitamin C with glycolic acid. That defeats the purpose, it won't work. Well, you can, they're both acids. Vitamin C is an L-absorbic acid. Glycolic is a glycolic acid. So you can use them together. I do use them together. Now, this is the Skinmedica Vitamin C and E Complex. Vitamin C is an absolute must-have, in my opinion, in your skincare regimen, along with SPF. Those are the 2 main things I think you need to make sure that you have. Vitamin C helps with the pollutants in the air. It helps with the free radicals that you come in contact every time you step outside your house and every time you wake up, basically. I mean, we have free radicals everywhere. We have pollutants everywhere. And depending on what city you live in, they're worse than others. So it's really something you want to put on your skin because it does help fight against those free radicals, and those free radicals are killing your skin every single day. And so I just think it's really important. I like to get a vitamin C that also has vitamin E in it because from what I understand, vitamin C is better absorbed and works better if it also has a vitamin E to kind of aid in that absorption. So apparently this one has 2 forms of vitamin C and 2 forms of vitamin E. So, 2 is better than 1, especially when it comes to vitamins in your skincare. So you can't say no to that. Honestly, are there other vitamin C and E complexes out there that are good? Yes. The reason I like this one is because it is not, I don't want to pump any out, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm going to be greedy. I don't want to waste this expensive skincare product, but you have to trust me when I say it will completely blend into your skin and it will leave no dewy result behind. That is what I like. If I want my makeup to be dewy, I will go in with a dewy foundation or a dewy primer. I don't want my skincare to force me to be dewy every single day because I may not want that look with my makeup. So I like that this provides a nice matte look. It really sinks into the skin automatically, very nicely. One pump covers my entire face every day, so this bottle will last you a while. The third thing I use in the morning, this is after my vitamin C and before my moisturizer, is the Skinmedica HA5 Rejuvenating Hydrator Serum. They're all in these silver bottles, which are reflecting against my camera. Sorry if you can't see that very well. Let me see if I can show you here. Still reflecting against the lights, but this is what it is. Now, this is a large product. This is 2 ounces of product. It is the most expensive out of all the ones that I'm going to talk about, but keep in mind you do get more product. From what I understand, Skinmedica was the first of the medical grade skincare brands to come out with something with this technology, which basically has 5 types of hyaluronic acid in it that will aid in your skin producing its own hyaluronic acid. I feel like I read that some other skincare companies have done that since in my new beauty magazine, but I can't be for sure. I just know that this one does. This is my 3rd bottle that I've gone through, and I'm not gone through it. But hyaluronic acid is a molecule that can hold 1,000 times its weight in water, and it is absolutely essential if you want to plump your face up and fill in those fine lines and wrinkles with moisture. I mean, it's like, I look at it like when I'm painting. If I have a crack in the wall or a fine line in my face, I'm gonna put kind of like a caulk into it and it will take the crack away. This to me is a caulk that works from the inside out. It pushes so much moisture into your skin, helps your own skin produce its own moisture, and pushes the wall of your face out and completely fills in that fine line and wrinkles. This helps so much on my smile lines. I cannot tell you. When I use this product, my smile lines, honestly, I feel like they disappear. When I first used this product, so taken aback by how quickly I saw results on my crow's feet, because I had just, at that point, I was only getting Botox in my forehead. Right now, I get it on my crow's feet and my forehead and my little 11 right here. But at that point, I was only getting it on my forehead. And when I used this, I was thinking to myself, the next time I get Botox, I'm gonna have to get my crow's feet done. And when I used this, it made it to where I didn't feel like I had to get Botox there. Now, granted, I ran out of that bottle and didn't get another one for a while, and I eventually got Botox on my crow's feet, but that's what I'm talking about. This works so well to plump your skin and kind of fill in all those fine lines and wrinkles. Moisture is the key to youth in your skin. Hands down, it's the key. So anything you can put on your skin and in your skin to provide more moisture is something you are definitely going to want to do if you want to look more youthful than you are. Now, this product is something I use three times a week. Yeah, 3 times a week. I used to use prescription Retin-A, and then I went to the Sanita's peeling cream, and then I went to the Osmosis vitamin A serum, and now I'm at this. It's the Retinol Complex 1.0 from Skinmedica. I keep saying Skinmedica. Y'all know that's what I'm talking about, but I'm reading the bottle, so that's what happens. Obviously, this is not something you're going to be able to use while you're pregnant or breastfeeding. It is a retinol. It's not a prescription Retin-A. There is a difference, but it is a retinol, and from what I understand, it's the strongest of the retinols that Skinmedica offers. And I started out with this 1.0 because I'm not new to Retin-A's and retinols, so I knew that my face could handle it. And basically with a retinol, it increases cell turnover. It causes your skin to turn over cells quickly, more quickly than it was without the retinol, therefore showing more youthful skin, brighter skin, more luminous skin, younger looking skin. I think retinol is very, very imperative if you are in a solid anti-aging routine. You're gonna want either a retinol or a prescription Retin-A, and this one's been working really well for me. One pump covers my entire face. I have not had any irritation, any peeling, nothing from it, but I still see good results. And finally, after my oils and before my moisturizer, I will apply an eye cream. And this is the TNS Eye Repair Cream. So many times over the past 2 years, almost 2 years that I've been on YouTube, so many times people have asked me what my favorite eye cream is. I have shown y'all different eye creams that I've tried. I'm always looking for the next best thing. And so many times when y'all ask me what my favorite one is, I always say Skinmedica TNS eye cream. It's the one that I had the best results with. Honestly, I can't speak highly enough of this. I am just using this at night. I use a different one in the morning. But I'm using the Kiehl's eye serum underneath it, and it is a match made in heaven for my under eyes. There for a while, I was feeling like my under eyes had aged 10 to 20 years. I was having a lot of trouble with them, and now I feel like they look so much brighter, so much less fine linier. That even makes sense. I don't know. I really like the effects of this. Now, this has the TNS complex in it that Skinmedica is famous for in their TNS serum, the really expensive, almost $300 serum, which I have tried before and I don't dislike. It's just a little more than I want to spend right now on that kind of serum. So that's why I'm using the IS Clinical one. But the complex in here, there's so much product. You need so little. I've been using this for at least a month and I still, let me see if I can get it to focus. I still have that much, plus a ton on the top. I use it off the top before anything. So this has growth factor and peptides in it, which is what I am looking for in my skincare, in my serums and my eye creams, because I think that really is not a gimmick. I think it really does work. So what more can you ask for? I don't like that it's in a pot, but whatever. I mean, if that's my biggest complaint, I'm all right. Because I'm liking my under eyes. So can I really complain? No, I can't. So that is an overall look at my favorite Skinmedica products. I hope it answers some of your questions. I know it may seem like I'm kind of going all over the place with skincare, but I did come to the conclusion, like I said earlier, after my osmosis debacle, I came to the conclusion that I need to stick with what works. So I'm really not buying any new skincare. I'm not really trying new skincare out. I'm sticking with what works, and this is what works. So this is what I'm going to be using for quite some time to come. You probably won't see any kind of updated AM or PM routines for me because I pretty much told you what they are. So hopefully this answered all your questions, and if you haven't subscribed already, I ask that you do if you enjoy my content so you don't miss out on any future videos. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a very blessed day.